Hey, Shalawam, Shalawam. Hey, Shalawam, Shalawam. Let's get into it, man. Get a brothers about 2 minutes to get up in here. I know it's a late night. Late night lesson. Okay. Get your scriptures. Come in the right spirit. Be prepared to be edified. Because all we do is for the edifying of the body. Alright, I think that's where we're going to start at. In a second, I gotta find my torch, get this Palo Santo going. Alright. Hey, Shalawam, Shalawam. As y'all brothers and sisters come up in here, Shalawam. Begin momentarily. We're gonna begin momentarily. Hey, Shalawam to the brother Daniela. Shalawam. Real quick, trying to find a bottle opener. Get this water open. I know I had one in my I might have left it in my car. Man. Alright, 1 second. I gotta go get it. I'll be right back. Alright, Shalawam to the brother Yawinah. Shalawam to the brother Endure. Right, y'all brothers up late, man. Alright. 1 second, I'll be right back. 1 minute, and we're gonna start the lesson. Alright. So, hey, facing the east towards Jerusalem, first and foremost, all praises be to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, which rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us this truth. And Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect, 144,000 men, as well as 1/3 men, women, and children, maintaining themselves, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of their ability. All right. The house of David, the tabernacle of David, Shalawam. It's your brother Yoram Kazak, back with hopefully another edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Hashem, Kakadash. That is the proper names which we come in according to Matthew 28 and 19. Okay? So, let's get into this. I want to go to Ephesians, the 4th chapter. And I really don't got a title, man. Just flowing through the spirit. I just wanted to feed the sheep. All right, I got some time. Just got off the plantation. So let's go into it, man. Okay. Let's start at the top, man. All right. Ephesians, the 4th chapter, verse 1. And the title, I guess the title will be Shalawam to the elect. I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that you walk worthy of the vocation wherewith you are called, with all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love, and devouring to keep the unity of the spirit in the bond of peace. Now, this don't mean that you are unified with just all Israel. No, that's not what that means. Okay? What it means is you're unified with the elect, brothers that's in the same doctrine. Okay? At the end of the day. All right? So we are unified with brothers that's teaching the same doctrine, the proper name, the same understanding. Okay? At the end of the day. So like Great Millstone and affiliates always. Like you got Men of Valor, you got Shield of Wisdom, you got, certain different camps that teach the same 100% doctrine. All right? Stemming from the elders of One West. All right? Stemming from Elder Apostle Tahar and down. Okay? So those brothers are still our brothers, at the end of the day. Right? So it's really like, I was watching my elders today, man. It's really like a family reunion when we coming back into this thing. We're recognizing and meeting brothers that we knew in our past lives. Brothers that we was most likely in captivity with in our past lives. Most likely in Babylonian captivity together, Persian captivity together, right? Greek captivity together. I believe, a lot of us brothers was most likely with those Maccabean brothers coming down because the way that we hate Wicked Jake, how Wicked Jake be, and we want to get on their head. As brothers say, we want to jump over Esau to get the Jake. This person had a question. I'll answer it real quick. He said, all religions believe in the same God, but they take different routes to him, right? No. Come on, bro. Are you being serious? Or are you playing around? All right, it's Hinduism. Hinduism believe in many different gods, right? Buddhism, they believe in Buddha. Okay? That's not the same God that we believe in. Okay? So, come on, man. Really. Ask that question again. All right? Everybody does not believe in the same thing. You have one true living power, which is Yahweh. All right? At the end of the day. And it's a lot of false gods. I get that for you in the scriptures. This is 1 Corinthians 8:5. For though there be that are called gods, lowercase g, whether in heaven or in earth, or there be gods many and lords many. So it's a lot of so-called gods on this planet, right? They're false gods. People that they idolize, things that they idolize, right? Like Islam, they idolize the moon. They say Allah, but on all their symbols, you have that half crescent moon symbol. So they really worshiping moon. That's really the moon worship. Okay? Let's get this from the brother. The water, Baruch 3:35. This is our power, right? And there shall none other be accounted of in comparison of him. Exactly. Matter of fact, I want to precept that with Jeremiah, the 2nd chapter, and verse 28. But where are thy gods that thou hast made thee? Let them arise, if they can save thee in the time of thy trouble. For according to the number of thy cities are thy gods, O Judah. So Yahweh is basically mocking everybody else that have made false gods in the land at that point in time and right now. And reincarnated. All right, same today. It's these same type of people making false gods, worshiping JC, worshiping Yahweh, Yeshua, these type of things. Okay? So our people have made many different gods and they bow down and worship these things, forsaking the one and most powerful God, Yahweh, man. Okay? Exactly. Have no other gods before thee. You shall worship no other powers. So, Diggs, I hope that answered your question. If you are still in here, which checking the comments, checking who's in here, you're not still in here. So, hey, it be those type of people that just ask questions and leave. It is what it is. But for the body, it be edifying for somebody that doesn't know. All right? And, hey, all you had to do was stay and listen because Ephesians, the 4th chapter, is going to break it down. All right? Let's keep it going. So I'm going to go back to 2. With all lowliness and meekness. This keeps us in the right mind to be down to earth, not to be high-minded. Not to be, thinking, not letting wisdom puff you up. Because wisdom may puff up a man, but don't forget when you was in the world. Don't forget how you used to be. And when you teach, try to have that patience. Okay? Because yes, our people are lost. All right? And it's harder to deal with. Some people it's going to be harder to deal with than others. Because everybody has a different measure of faith. So if a Jake is sincere, he just not getting it, but he's sincere, then yeah, deal with that brother for a time, man. You know, because the brother may get it. The more that he listens, the more that he reads and studies, his faith may get stronger. And then Yahweh may eventually pull him. But if Yahweh's not pulling him, then he's never going to get it, you know. So we can't just shoot down any brother just because they not getting it at that point in time. If they sincere, then hey, we deal with a brother. Okay? You have a question to see if power walks with me. Hey, you can check my channel if you want to know if Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah walks with me, brother. All right? This ain't no interview, man. That sound like an agent type shit. That sound like, you know, hey, let's keep it going. I'm teaching a lesson right now. Learn from the lesson. If the message is resonating with you, then that's what you should feel. If it's not resonating with you, then leave the live. Okay? We're not here for your people, for y'all validation. We don't give a fuck what y'all think. Okay? We have the truth over here. All right? Let's keep it going. Verse 3, enduring to keep the unity of the spirit and the bond of peace. There is one body, and if you are not a part of that body, then we could care less. All right? And one spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling, one Lord, one faith, one baptism. So who is that Lord? That's Yahweh Shai. One God and Father of all. That's Yahweh. So to the brother, to that dude Diggs, your question would have been answered. All right? One God and Father, one power and Father of all. That's Yahweh, who is above all and through all and in you all. All right? And unto every one of us is given grace according to the measure of the gift of Hamashiach. So like I said, brothers and sisters have different measures of faith. We all do. No brother is on the same level as another brother. We all got a unique cross to carry. And that's a beautiful thing. Because your path is not my path. My path is not your path. Now, you can definitely learn from other brothers. This is why you should be watching other brothers' lessons and learning and fellowshipping with one another and growing and building off. And, you know, because a brother's strengths might be your flaws. And you might pick up, you know, get with that brother and learn. Hey, bro, how you deal with this? How you deal with that? You know, I'm having problems with this and I'm having problems with that. You know, that's why the brotherhood is there for you. That brotherhood is key. That's a very important part of this ministry, man. That's a very important part of the body, right? Think about this. The lungs have to pump, you know, have to do their job so the heart can pump blood going out throughout the whole body. If there's no blood circulating in the body coming from the heart, then the whole body is going to stop. And the brain has to do what it has to do. The nervous system has to do what it has to do. If your nervous system is failed, then you're going to be what? Handicapped. You're going to be done. You're not going to have movement in your body because your nervous system is done. So every part of the body is important, not just, you know, you can't just be like, I'm just a thumb. How am I important? Well, if I don't got my thumb, I can't grab stuff. It's going to be hard for me to do certain things, right? So every piece of the body is important, no matter what piece you are. All right? So let's keep it going. Verse 8. Wherefore he saith, when he ascended up on high, he led captivity captive and gave gifts unto men. Now that he ascended, what is it but that he also descended first into the lower parts of the earth? He that descended is the same also that ascended up far above all heavens, that he might fill all things. Now Yahweh Shai, that's Yahweh Shai. Let's go to Revelations, the 5th chapter, verse 5. Because if Yahweh Shai didn't do this for us, then we will be stuck. Okay? And one of the elders saith unto me, weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah. So that's already letting you know he's of the 12 tribes. That's letting you know that the tribes was around, okay? And Yahushua came out of the tribe of Judah. Hebrews, the 7th chapter, verse 14 will tell you the exact same thing. The root of David. So he came out of David, all right, through that lineage. David was of the tribe of Judah. Yahweh hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof. And doing what? Pouring out the Spirit. The Spirit coming down to the brothers, to the prophets, to the elect. Okay? At the end of the day. Now, going back to Ephesians, the 4th chapter. What did he do? And he gave what? Some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers. I've seen a certain, hey man, you can get up out of here. I don't know what you're talking about, but you can get up out of here. Let me make the brother, where my moderators at, man. Brother Daniela could make you a mod, bro. If you still up in here, most definitely. Abaniah, you a mod, right? I thought that brother was in here. All right, yeah, dude was bugging out, that dude. All right, anyway, back to it. Okay, so he gave us jobs. So this is letting you know that it's teachers down here on the earth. It's prophets down here on the earth. It's pastors down here on the earth. Okay, at the end of the day. So these are men that are raised up. These are men that have to fulfill a certain lot. All right, let's go to Revelations, the 11th chapter. And verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, that's 350 years, from 1619 to 1969. That's the time frame. And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from power entered into them. All right. Now that's coming from what? From Yahushua pouring down that Spirit. And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Now that's happening right now. All right. That's why you have certain people that are coming alive and they'll hear us teaching and the doctrine and talking about them going into captivity and things of that nature, chains and our rulership, and great fear is falling upon them because they understand that their kingdom is falling. They have no grounds to stand on because the scriptures say this. So if they believed in the scriptures and twisted it and misused it for all these, decades and decades and decades, but now that the real ones that these scriptures do belong to are back and are reading these scriptures, and they know that's what's said in these scriptures has to be fulfilled. It's no way that they can stop it or prevent it. So they're falling with great fear. These other heathen nations, they know that their time is up as well, that the rulership of the Israelites is coming back. But understand, keep in mind that it's going to be a great rulership. All right, you'll be much more happier in our kingdom than in this wicked kingdom that all you getting is the dust of the earth, no understanding. Right? So let's keep it going. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither, and they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. You can get that in Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, the strangeness of our salvation. That cloud is the UFOs, so-called UFOs, so-called USOs, UAPs, whatever you want to call it. Okay, clouds, the chariots of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, ships, which we will go into, the elect, the hopeful elect, brothers that hope to be of that number. All right, we will ascend up into those clouds. But first, we have to fulfill that first prophecy of us standing upon our feet. All right, after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from power, the Holy Spirit, entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So that means that we're back in our right mind. We're doing what? We're prophesying. We're teaching. We're going forth. We're shining our light. We're warning the nations. We're warning our brothers and sisters. All right? Shalawam to the elect. We're warning the elect, telling them to repent and turn back. If you're not of that number, then once again, we could care less. Okay, back to Ephesians, the 4th chapter. Because those prophets, those teachers, those evangelists, those apostles were given for what? For the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Hamashiach. Now, who are those saints? Let's go to Psalms 149. Okay, those saints are nobody else other than the Israelites. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of power be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen. This is why these people are falling in great fear, and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with feathers of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Okay? So we establish who the saints are. It's the Israelites. It's those people that will get to take, that take and bring out that judgment. Get that reward. Get that vengeance. Okay? So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to lift these brothers up. All right? And they're going to be able to partake in that. Being the battle axes. Spoke of in the book of Jeremiah. Being the battle axes of Yahweh. To go forth and lay vengeance on these heathen nations. And once again, it falls hard on a heathen to hear that. But it is what it is. It's the truth. I can't sit up here and lie to you. Okay? Verse 13. Till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of power, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Hamashiach, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive. Like a man calling on JC. Like a man telling you that the Polynesians are now Naphtali. That's deceit. That's wickedness. They're lying in wait to deceive you. Why would a man do that? To increase his bankroll. So he can now go to be Polynesian islands and say that they're Israelites to increase his bankroll. That's why a man would go to Kenya to increase his bankroll. Yeah, it may be Israelites scattered, but the bulk of Israelites that are in Africa are on the west coast of Africa, brother. They're not in no damn Kenya. Now, there's Israelites in Kenya. Yes, indeed. Okay, but it's not a massive amount. Okay, so why are you dwelling in the land of Kenya? Them Hamites do not want you down there. That's what happened. That's why you got tear gas. That's why you got ran up out of that place. All right? And the prophecy states that we need to be prophesying in Babylon. We need to be prophesying in America, the whore. Stomping on this place. Peep this. We are at war right now, spiritually. Understand that. And it will be physical soon. So, why would you go and set up posts somewhere else? You just left the whole battlefield and you went to serve somewhere. You went to fight somewhere else. No, brother, the war is over here. This is the front lines. This is the front lines. But you scared of that. All right? And furthermore, our king, King David, always fought with us. He slayed the most men. Right? So these guys are following behind because Nathaniel is their king, man. They worship that man, man. Okay? Y'all following behind a king that won't fight with you. Okay? Y'all following behind a king that won't fight with you. All right? And wait, what do you mean? I thought he said flee. What are you talking about, brother? Rephrase that question. Give me better context. Okay? In the time of King David, we were fighting Philistines. We were fighting other nations. This is what I'm talking about. A king that fights with us. Yahweh Shai is going to come back and fight. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? Bishop Nathaniel wasn't even on the front lines with those brothers when that happened. When the tear gas got thrown. He wasn't out there taking in that. So their so-called king, because that's who they worship, won't even be on the front lines with them. You understand what I'm saying? Our king, Yahweh Shai, is going to be on the front lines. The Most High said to come out of her Babylon, not worried about Nathaniel. Yes, indeed. Yeah. But understand that we will get a chance to partake in warfare, right? As we just read Psalms 149, every man will stand with a two-edged sword. So when we get those everlasting bodies and come back with that army, with Yahweh Shai, we will what? From fishers into hunters. Okay, so don't take it out of context. Understand what I'm saying. From fishers into hunters. So we will fight then. We will have a chance. The scriptures say we will be battle axes. So we will get a chance to get physical with these wicked ass demons, man. You know what I'm saying? I get that for the brother. Matthew 10, 5 through 6. These 12 Yahweh Shah sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, into any city of the Samaritans, enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Perfect, brother. So we should not be amongst Hamites. Why are you over there? Like I said, the bulk of Israel that's in Africa is in West Africa. So if you wanted to go there and set up, you would go to West Africa. But really the bulk of the tribes right now is in America. This is where you should be at. This is where you should be prophesying. Okay? At the end of the day. All right? And yeah, we don't even got to get no scriptures on that, man. What's your name? Uluru? You know, understand, brother, we gonna have a chance to fight. I thought he said flee. Yeah, we gonna go into chariots, understanding that. But we gonna come back and we gonna get down. Okay? We gonna get down. All right, it's a beautiful thing to see the fall of your enemy. You know? So let's keep it going back to Ephesians, the 4th chapter. And 15. But speaking the truth in what? But speaking the truth in love may grow up into him in all things, which is the head, even Hamashiach, from whom the whole body fitly joined together and compacted by that. And what does compacted mean, man? To be very close. Okay? We are tight knit. We right there. This is why brothers would drop scriptures to support the lesson. Because we are compacted. We are in one mind. When you come into this thing and you've been in this thing long enough, right? You have a mind of Yahweh Shai, a mind of Hamashiach. So you think the thoughts that he thinks. It's nobody that wants to get down on these heathens more than Yahweh Shai, more than Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So our king's mind is to destroy this kingdom. So that should be your mindset as well. You should be putting curses on this wicked kingdom. All right? You should be wishing for the downfall of this wicked kingdom. You should have that same mind of Hamashiach. If you do not have that mind, then you're mentally not prepared for the battle that's ahead. You are mentally in what? Limbo land, man. We over here knowing that Esau is plotting to unalive us, and you think about going to damn Disney World. What is up with that? Okay? That spirit of myrrh should disappear from your database. Take myrrh out of your vocabulary, right? This is not a time to be celebrating. Now, we got our pleasures. Yeah, we got certain pleasures. Like, you know, when I get off this live, I might play the video game for a little bit, you know, before I go to sleep or whatever. All right? So we got certain pleasures that we do. Yes, indeed. But that's not the majority of our time. The majority of our time is spent giving honor and giving praises and worshiping and serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Okay? So wrapping it up, we're going to wrap it up over here, you know. It's just a quick one, just a quick hit. But once again, let's read 16. From whom the whole body fitly joined together and compacted by that which every joint supplieth. This means if you ain't producing in the body, then what is you doing? You will get fasted out the body. That means you will get sifted. All right? Like the parable of the talents. Right? One man got 5, he made it double to 10. One man got 2, made it double to 4. One man got 1, he went and buried it. So that 1 is speaking about the spirit, the measure of faith that you got, that you were given. Because what? Some brothers have been made apostles, pastors, teachers, prophets, right? So you was made whatever, but you had that faith, but you just sat on it. You didn't want to do nothing with it. You didn't want to, after a year or so, you didn't want to go on the highways and byways. You wasn't producing lessons. You're supposed to produce at least 3 lessons a week, over 10 minutes a lesson, but you wasn't doing that, right? So what is eventually going to happen to you? Your talent is going to be took, right? Your talent is going to be took. How do you build your faith? How do things get better for you? By serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, right? A lot of brothers' lives is testimony of that, man, right? I tell a brother, man, when I came to this truth, I did not have a job, right? I was like, trying to figure out, had just got out of college, was trying to figure out how to get this thing, what I was going to do. But did that stop me from serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah? No. The scripture said, through much leisure, you should gain a lot of knowledge. So I had a lot of time to sit back. And what was I doing every single day? Watching lessons, studying, reading, right? I put my time to studying, reading, learning Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. So in much leisure, a man shall grow wise, right? So it was a perfect time for me to come into this truth. And then everything else fell in line. Okay, so let's keep it going. Once again, every joint supplieth according to the official of effectual working in the measure of every part. So this body needs to be efficient. The more the body is efficient, the quicker we're going to get up out of here. You got to ask yourself, am I being efficient? Am I supporting and supplying the body how I'm supposed to be? Am I doing lessons correctly? Am I listening to the elders? Am I keeping the orders that's being put down? Am I doing what I'm supposed to do day in and day out? Am I waking up, putting curses on this place, wishing for the downfall of this place? Or am I waking up like, yeah, it's Friday, I'm about to go party tonight. Oh, I'm about to go, nah. All right? We wake up, man. It's about to be, it's Friday today, right? When I go to sleep, I'm gonna wake up like, damn, I hope we don't see next Friday. I hope the MOTB is implemented and then them nukes come by next Friday. Shit. That's what we on. We ain't on no, I want to see next month. I want to see next year. No. You should be in the mindset of wanting to get up out of here, man. Okay? All right, at the end of the day, these young brothers are on fire. These are different times for sure. These are the end times. So these young brothers, if they on fire, most likely they are the prophets of old. They are those men, that prophesied back in the day. That's what regeneration is about. Men coming back, standing in their lots. So the spirits of the prophets are subject unto the prophets. Most definitely, But even with that being said, because nobody knows who we are, and it's no respect of persons. So therefore, you do what you do. You just do it. You don't look at yourself and build yourself up and be in a high-minded state. Oh, I could be Samuel, man. Oh, I could be Nathan. Oh, I know. It doesn't matter who the fuck you are. Honestly, you are where you at right now, and you are doing what you're doing. Do the work. If you are Nathan, then that's what you would do. That's what he would do. He would do the work. If you are Samuel, he would do the work. If you are Daniel, he would do the work. If you are Esdras, he would do the work. These men are back on the earth, most definitely. But they not going to be no high-minded men. They're going to be humble and meek. So these men that's claiming to be King David, you claiming to be whoever you claiming to be, these men are off in the spirit. They're not wise. They have no understanding. They're certain. Man, let's get that in Job, man. All right. That's what these men are doing. Okay, this is Job 32 and 21. Let me not, I pray, accept my man's person, neither let me give flattering titles unto men, unto man. For I know not to give flattering titles, in so doing my maker would soon take me away. No respect of persons. Now we give double honors to the elders, most definitely because of their servitude for 30 plus years, 40 years. You give double honors to those that have done it before you. Okay? But we don't put our elders on no pedestal. They don't allow us to. We don't supposed to do that. It's no respect of persons. Right? Okay? They fight in the flesh just like us. Understanding that. These are our brothers. They just been given a higher lot. Meaning that Yahweh saw in their soul that, hey, he could be born in the 70s and come and do this truth and endure through all of that time. All right? That's his lot. You know? At the end of the day, I get that for you, bro. Ecclesiasticus 23:4. You know, but most definitely, we got to stay on fire. We got to stay in the spirit. Don't ever get out of, keep a balance, of course, but try not to get out of the spirit. Oh, Yahweh, Father and power of my life, give me not a proud look, but turn away from thy servants always a haughty mind. Kind. So you don't want to be proud and prideful up in this thing, because, hey, destruction comes after that. You get proud and prideful up in this thing. Okay? So once again, finishing this, all right, at the, where was you at? Every part maketh increase of the body unto the edifying of itself in love. So every brother needs to be efficient. And if every brother is efficient, they're going to help the body in whatever way that they can. And that's a beautiful thing when each one teach one, right? You know, I learned this from this brother. I learned this from this brother. Boom, boom, boom. You know, oh, man, this brother talking about this, it hit me because I needed that lesson. Oh, I needed that lesson, you know? So it's a beautiful thing, man, that we out here helping one another in the way that we help one another. And like, Shalawam to the brother Nakaf, I didn't even know. I was talking about exercising, I guess, a couple lessons back. And the brother said I cut him. And I was like, I ain't cut you. What you mean? You ain't, you know what I'm saying? But he was like, man, nah, indirectly, you cut me and you made me work out. I was like, oh, that's beautiful. And the brother done lost 30 pounds since then. So that's a beautiful thing. So lessons they may cut you indirectly, but that's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah speaking through his men to get to you. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So Yahweh's Amos 3:7. You know, that's gonna be the last scripture, then I'm gonna close it down. I might take questions. Amos 3:7. Surely Yahweh power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. So he speaks through his servants, the prophets. He always spoke through his servants, the prophets. Right? At the end of the day. So if something cuts you, then that's good. That's to clean and purge out flaws that's within you to make you a better individual. Don't you want to be a better individual? That gives you a closer chance to being of the elect. You should want to get cut. And, you shouldn't be getting cut all the time because you should be living righteous. You know what I'm saying? You should be, you should be in that body. You should be good. Hey, because the scriptures also talk about a man that gets rebuked often, will basically get a sudden demise. It will basically be destroyed. You shouldn't be getting rebuked every week now. Hey, something ain't right in that formula, man. All right. So, hey, man, I hope this has been an edifying lesson. If any brothers or sisters got questions, I get like 1 minute for questions. All right, then we get up out of here. And the water for all the precepts that you brothers have provided. All right, hey, the water, brother, Kyle Halam La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, always. This brother right here, Daniela Dasharala, beautiful lessons, man. All right, brother diligent, always on them streets out there in the UK. All right, follow this brother right here, this brother Daniela. Follow this brother, man. All right, them brothers out there in the UK going hard, edifying lessons always. Okay. So, hey, with that being said, no questions. We're going to wrap it up. Turn to the east. All praises be to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Makakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, which rule well and teach well, taught us this truth and sincerity. Hey, Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect, 144,000 men, as well as 1/3 men, women, and children. Shalawam to you, brothers, once again at the waterfall, the precepts, Kwam Yasha Allah, and a Baba Ball. May this bitch fall soon. Shalawam.